One of the main questions I get asked is what kind of fuel mileage I get in a step van. This is a large vehicle, 11,000 pounds, 26 feet long. Good morning from Lake Havasu. I'm fueling up this morning. You might be curious why several of my episodes begin with fueling in the morning. I don't do it all that often. It's probably been 2 weeks since I've filled my tank because it's so big. But it's just because while I'm fueling, I'm doing nothing. You know, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, why not talk to the camera and do an update? But last night, I ended just not knowing where the van build party will be continuing to. It was sunset. Just right as the sun is setting, I saw a video go live, and Jamie has moved the party to about an hour and 15 minutes south of Lake Havasu and southeast of Parker, Arizona. Parker, Arizona is a little bit smaller than Lake Havasu, doesn't have nearly as much resources. In fact, there's no coffee shops there other than a Starbucks inside of a Safeway. So I'm a little bit concerned about Wi-Fi and getting uploads. So before I leave town this morning, I've prepared another video. I'm going to go past Starbucks, get it online. But of course, I'm about 4 or 5 days behind. So this video that I'm taking and shooting right now will be appearing sometime later. I don't know. I might have to find somebody out at the van build who can allow me to use their Wi-Fi. Anyway, fueling up this morning, headed over to Starbucks, taking a shower. There's also no Planet Fitness down there in Parker. Lake Havasu is the closest one, so got to get my shower before I go down that way. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the next week. I mean, a week without a shower, not exactly fun. One of the main questions I get asked is what kind of fuel mileage I get in a step van. This is a large vehicle, 11,000 pounds, 26 feet long, but it's diesel powered with a Cummins 5.9, so I do a lot better with fuel mileage than you might expect. Let me do some quick math. I just filled up with 26.3 gallons. That's just a little under $70 here. I'm going to use my calculator, do some math, and figure this out. Okay, I have some numbers for you. The last 3 times that I filled up and calculated my fuel mileage, and it seems like it's all over the board. This time I only got 11 miles per gallon. That's the lowest that I've had in the last probably 2.5 months. So that's a worst case scenario. I don't know why it's so low because I'm pretty much on flat ground. The only thing that I can think of is that I'm idling so much. It takes 5 or 10 minutes for my vehicle to warm up before I can start driving, for it to be able to shift, for the transmission to warm up enough to shift gears. So I typically let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm driving maybe 10 minutes to Starbucks or to Home Depot, and then I go inside, then I come out, let it sit again. So a lot of that is idling. So maybe that's why it's only 11 miles per gallon. That's the lowest that I've got. This month so far, like last time I got 14. Before that I got 18.3. And before that, 13, before that, 12.5, before that, 13, before that, 14, and before that, 12.5. So the norm is about 12.5, 13, 13-ish, because sometimes it's 14. I'd say 13, 14. So that's the norm. So 11's a little bit on the low side. I'm not sure why that is. Anyway, that's my fuel mileage. That's what I get. I have a whole bunch of receipts here. I have the calculation that I keep track of. I gotta head out and get some coffee at Starbucks and get another video online. I'm headed down to Parker to the new build site. It's quite a ways down there, and this little road that I'm on going out to the site is really, really rough. I've arrived at the new location. My friend Dan, that's been helping me out with the construction here, got stranded in Parker, so he had to get a tow from this kind gentleman here who had a tow strap. So it took about an hour to get out here just because we were going along at about 10-12 miles an hour. Anyway, I've arrived. It looks like a nice flat spot. Pretty easy to get the entire group here. I'm going to get set up. we don't have much dust today, so I've decided to work on this project here. The sun is really bright though, but it should help with drying the paint here. What I'm going to do is sand this down, prep it a little bit, and then put some paint on it, and hopefully it'll dry really quickly. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm liking it. I just flipped it over and painted the other side. Both sides are looking good. Used exactly 1 can of spray paint, which is perfect. And I think I'll just wait until tomorrow to actually do the install. That way in the morning when it's a little cooler, I can pull everything apart in there and get some help putting it into the front of the vehicle. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this before, this is the partition wall that goes right behind the driver's seat. Now we just need to drill some holes top and bottom, get this thing permanently attached. Should be good. The drill holes are going in perfectly. It's looking really good. The new partition wall is in. Success. It's looking pretty spectacular. I like the way it looks for a couple of reasons. I like the industrial look of it with the expanded metal and the square metal tubing, much better than the plywood. I also really like that now I have a lot more light traveling into the back of the step van. It's really awesome. This metal partition was donated by Paul in Fresno. I'm going to link the episode above, but he has 4 step vans in his backyard that he's just using for storage, and so we salvaged it out of there. I'm absolutely ecstatic with how it looks. It fits like a glove. It's absolutely perfect. Thank you to Paul. Sorry it took so long to get done. I just wanted to get to a dust-free environment to paint it and enough time to get it installed, so that happened today. It looks fabulous. I'm so pleased with the result, and I think it'll increase my safety factor just a little bit more. And the final step, very last thing to do, is reinstall the curtain rod and the curtains. I think it's looking pretty sharp right now, very functional. I've got 3 panels. One is right in the center post, and then one at this edge over here, and then one by the passenger door, the main step door. It's the end of another awesome day out here in Arizona. We're outside of Parker right now. And it's a beautiful sunset here in Arizona, as always, right here at the step van, looking off into the amazing sunset over here. Don't know if you can actually see the colors on the camera, but thank you for watching. That's all I have for this episode. Savor the moment. See you next episode.